we received information concerning potential criminal activities of a physician, Doctor Ourmair Aejaz. Ourmair Aejaz, I believe is the pronunciation, placing hidden cameras in changing rooms, video recording young children as young as 2 years of age, and
unbelievable,
all the way up to grown adults. They were used in changing rooms, bathrooms, hospital rooms,
unbelievable,
as well as inside closets, bathrooms, and bedrooms of residents that he had access to.
Welcome back to Kingston Reviews. Derek here. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. And also like to thank you guys for all my recent views and subscribers. It really helps push my content out there on YouTube, and I really appreciate it. Today's video is going to be about Ourmair Aejaz. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he's a doctor in Oakland that has recently been arrested for one of the largest sexual abuse cases that they may have ever seen in that area. He's got over 13,000 files that were confiscated by the police, and they're files of him having abusing adults and doing it sometimes under anesthesia while he's got his victims under anesthesia, which sounds terrible. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the news conference, and then we're going to go ahead and also follow this case over the next few weeks. If you guys like content like this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into the video.
Okay, thank you. I hate staying at this podium lately. Unfortunately, we're here, the good prosecutor, Karen McDonald, and I, tag teaming yet again on another terrible, terrible case. So I'll give you a little bit of the background, and then our prosecutor will speak to the charges that have already been issued. So the baseline is this: on August 7th, we received information concerning potential criminal activities of a physician, Doctor Ourmair Aejaz. Ourmair Aejaz, I believe is the pronunciation. 37-year-old Rochester Hills resident who's married and is the father of 2 young boys. The allegations were that he was engaged in activity, including but not limited to placing hidden cameras in changing rooms, video recording young children as young as 2 years of age, and
unbelievable,
all the way up to grown adults in different settings. The current criminal charges, which the prosecutor will speak to, are primarily from activities conducted in Rochester and Rochester Hills when he was off duty, where he appears to utilize cameras that were deployed separate from himself and then also on his person. They were used in changing rooms, bathrooms, hospital rooms,
unbelievable,
as well as inside closets, bathrooms, and bedrooms of residents that he had access to. We believe the criminal activity has been going back at least 6 years, but this is, and I can't stress this enough, so much the tip of the iceberg. He was arrested on August 8th by our detectives as they were served a search warrant, and again, formally charged by the prosecutor, which she'll speak to those charges. He's currently in our jail at $2 million cash bond, no 10%. So the background on this individual is he's an Indian citizen, has been working in the U.S. on a visa, came to the United States about 2011 for his internship in Michigan. He moved to Dawson, Alabama around 2018 and returned to Oakland County to continue his practice here. So this may stretch not just in Michigan, but to other states and potentially even other countries.
Wow. So far they're saying that this guy has worked a lot of places. He's maybe even traveled internationally. So this could actually be something that's even bigger than what they're already saying, which is absolutely incredible. I think it's just crazy that how many sexual predators are out here today. And I really think a lot of the reason for that is pornography, right? You know, the easy access to pornography. And unfortunately, once you're in that loop of watching porn, and it kind of sends people down the path of stuff like this. If you guys disagree with me, let me know. But I really feel like pornography is really a big part of why we're seeing much more things like this, where people just keep getting fed this perverted information, and then before long they're perverted all the way to the point they're actually abusing people. I don't, that's my opinion on it. If you guys disagree, let me know.
He has worked at Ascension Genesis Hospital in Grand Blanc and Henry Ford Macomb Hospital in Clinton Township, but we're still trying to determine where else he may have worked. He was apparently an individual, a contracted physician that went 2 different locations for a company rather than having his own specific practice. So we still don't know the scope of how many facilities or venues he may have visited in that regard. It's obviously, as I said, very active investigation. It's in its infancy. We've already done a great number of search warrants. We've confiscated at this point 6 computers, 4 cellular phones, 15 external storage devices, and just one of the hard drives has 13,000 videos.
Wow. So I actually heard about the 13,000 videos, but that's just one of the hard drives, and I think they said they had over 10 hard drives. So this guy's been doing this a long time. This is going to be pretty crazy. I guarantee you too, if he's filming it, if he's recording that much of it, this thing is probably something he's been uploading as well into the cloud. He may be sending this to where weirdo pedophiles also go to watch content. So this is probably going to be a fairly big story with the amount of files that they're going to have on this guy.
Each one of them will have to be gone through to determine if there's criminality or potential criminality in those videos, and then the prosecutor ultimately will determine if there is the charges from those. This could take as long as 6 months just to get through what we already have. So our computer crimes unit is deeply engaged in this and has put tons of hours into this already. And the other potential is there also might be cloud storage. So we're trying to run that down, which obviously would add the potential for more.
The first thing I thought about when I heard about that many files is like, he just said that they basically have to go through all the files. Just imagine being the unfortunate person, the officer or the attorneys that actually have to view, and I think they think they have to view all of the videos, right? I mean, you can't leave any stone unturned. You got 13,000 files. You got to watch every single one of them. Some may have stuff, some may not, but you've got to watch all of them. Those are all going to be potential victims, right? But imagine you're the person that actually has to watch it. You have to determine that there's a crime taking place. You got to determine how lengthy the crime was and the full details of it, because you're going to have to go over it in the case, right? Well, dude, I actually got sick thinking about the thought of having to sit there and watch that, and how many hours it's going to take, and you're going to have to do this over the next 6 months. So kudos to those officers that are actually going to have to do that. That's something that I honestly just don't think I would want to do. So, kudos to the officers for having to do that and doing a good job doing it.
Due to the lengthy time that he's been involved in this activity and the large amounts of storage that we have in our possession, we believe there's obviously a lot more to be uncovered. So we're seeking to identify more victims, and we set up a special email for anybody that believes that they are a victim of this activity to email and communicate directly with our investigators. We'll be displaying that, but I will read it to you. It is OCSO, like our initials, SIU, which is our Special Investigation Unit, OCSO, SIU at oakgov.com. We'll put that up on the screen.
When I edit the video, I'll definitely go ahead and put that up so you guys have that.
Information about this individual or this person's activities, please send us anything that you have or any questions or concerns you have. We believe he did his residency at Sinai Grace, and as I said, then went to Alabama, and has been involved in a lot of different scenarios. So, as we look at this, and I've been involved in sexual predator criminal investigations for a long time. You know, I've been in law enforcement 37 years, and in my early part of my career, I did a number of investigations of sexual predators. And then in a moment in between that career, I was a senator, and I wrote the Sex Offender Registry Act. And so I went deep down the rabbit hole of profiling sexual offenders to determine how they operated and how we could best protect the public from them. This individual potentially is one of the worst I've ever seen, because there's no particular category. It's not just children, it's not just women, it's not just men. It goes from a 2-year-old to a grown woman.
Wow.
And so the victimization.
Sick. I mean, think about that freaking 2-year-old, man. This guy needs to be taken out. Okay? You guys there in Oakland, I'm not saying what to do, but I'm just saying that's just disgusting, man.
Is so broad and the perversion so great that we're just beginning to wrap our arms around it. And disturbing on so many levels that it's hard to look at the videos of that activity where a woman is basically unconscious in a hospital bed and he's violating her.
That's what I was saying earlier. That'd be horrible to have to sit there and watch that.
And they're being captured naked. There's nobody that's out of bounds for this sick activity. So I'm excited that our prosecutors already got him locked up while we continue the investigation. If there's medical facilities that I have not talked about that have had him licensed or practicing in their facility, they need to let us know, because we're working to get our arms around how big this is. But when you think about the incredible perversion.
So I'm going to say this about the medical facilities. You know, a lot of them are not going to want to say that he worked there. I hope that they cooperate with the police, and I hope that they freely come out and say that this guy worked or did not work at their facilities. They may not even know for sure, but I think they should definitely do that. There could be a ton of victims here that something that happened a couple of years ago that no one knows about, that this could really help them solve who the victim is, and bring this guy to justice. So hopefully they listen to this guy and actually do that. But I have a feeling a lot of these hospitals won't. That's just my gut instincts, right?
And destructive activity of Nasser. He had a much smaller group of victims in terms of potential. There's no limit to his perversion of this individual. And so we're going to need the public's help and victims' help, because a lot of these we may not even be able to identify because we have so many victims, so many videos of people. We have no idea who they are, and sometimes yet what the venue is. So with that, I'll kick it over. I'll put up the...
All right. I'm going to stop the video right there. Thank you guys for hanging in to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. This guy, Doctor Ourmair Aejaz, is absolutely disgusting. Actually, I'm going to call him the disgusting Dr. Ourmair from now on. I'm going to be doing a follow-up video on this. If you guys can comment and let me know what you think should be done with people like this guy that's abusing everybody from the young to the old, taking advantage of their position. And we're seeing a lot more of this right now. I don't know whether it's the over-sexualization of our culture or if it's just the proliferation of pornography in general. That's my opinion as to the cause. But I'd like to have that conversation with you guys. Don't forget to put it in the comments below what you think. Like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. But thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.